We are two, for now, single girls and navigating
for now.
Hell, Mom,
an accountant.
I think Mommy is gonna have to come on the pod. You are making food and you're making your oven that have not been washed for 70 years. Welcome. welcome to the Can We Talk podcast.
I think that's a good jingle.
That's a good jingle, isn't it?
Yes.
But yes, guys, welcome to the Can We Talk podcast. My name is Lizzie, also known as Lizbeth, and who are you?
I'm Tommy Naomi.
Oh my God. Girl, we're actually here.
Lizzie, okay.
We're actually here. Okay.
We are. Even though I was a little bit late, but it's fine.
You were a little bit? Okay, cool. So we'll talk about the kind of person we are, because I think that needs to be addressed in friendships. Anyway, but we'll get there another day. So,
okay,
we are the Can We Talk podcast.
They're gonna think we're on crack, but
so
okay.
basically, I know. Oh yeah, we are normal. We are normal sometimes. So basically, this is going to be a podcast where we talk about everything. I think there won't be anything off the table. We are two, for now, single girls. Navigating navigating our journeys. And something that I really wanted us to highlight on this podcast is the fact that obviously we're Christian girlies who are navigating our lives and, you know, all the highs and lows that come with that. I just feel like there's so many podcasts out there, and I know some of you are thinking, wow, another one. What are these girls going to talk about? And I feel like I think what we have to offer is different. I feel like what we have to offer is necessary, and I think for the industries that we're in as well, I feel like that is so necessary to talk about for the times that we're in. So yeah, I feel like this will be a podcast where we just kind of we're real with it. We come and we have fun. I think sometimes we're a bit too serious. I want to play games. I want to do Q&As. I want to do story time because we got some stories. I mean, I'm just gonna say AI, but anyway, private joke. Anyway, but yeah, so there's just so much that I feel like we need to share, and I feel like people will feel validated and seen in the traumas of what life has offered us, but also the joys of what life has offered us. So I'm gonna start by asking you, Tom, what do you do? What do you do? Where are you at? What is your story? Not too much though, please. Thank you.
This is my story. So I am a social media manager, but I just quit my job. So I am unemployed, but it's not really that fun. However, I do create content on the side, which is what I wish to do long term.
Okay, so, girl. So what kind of content do you create?
Well, I started as a food creator and then moved on to lifestyle and kind of just everything else. But I'm in a season now where I'm kind of like, are we making another move? So I think this podcast one is something that we've had on our mind for a while, but also I think I'm just in a place where I want to, find myself, as they say. Find myself and get to know what I like and find other ways to make money, because a 9 to 5 was not that was not on the list. So yeah.
Okay, that's what you do. Just kind of want to get into that because I think I don't know this.
I'm also a part-time footballer.
Here we go. Anyway, I think through this podcast you're gonna really get to know us. And this part-time footballer, we'll talk about that. But I want to know, like, how did you get into food? Like, that's such a unique, I feel like, content to kind of like put out there, because obviously everybody can cook, you know. Hello, what she be? No? Okay, cool.
Lizzie's also, her first language isn't
English, we'll get into that. I'm a British babe anyway, that's what matters.
That's what she says. Anyway, so I'm a firstborn in a Yoruba household, part Jamaican. But I've always joked that I'm a house girl because I've always had to cook, like from the age of 10, I've always cooked for my family. So during the lockdown,
What a time.
We went through some stuff.
We did. We saw some stuff.
So I started cooking out of boredom and also heartache. And people were really receptive to it, started following me, and I built a following from that. Off the back of that, like, brands started to reach out to me. And yeah, I was really having fun with it until I wasn't anymore. So here we are, basically.
And that's real though, because I think there's a lot of things that we do that I feel like in the beginning it was so nice, so lovely. We're making some money, some cash dollar when we go, you know. And then it gets to a point where some things become, I can't lie, this is it's a bit of a drag now. So really, isn't it? This is not that fun anymore.
Yeah.
And I think before we get onto your next thing, I think let me just also do that. I think I'm also a creative in the dispensation of acting. Paraventure. No, I can't do this. Acting, please. And recently I've took on... guys, English is hard. I am an actor, and that started... I don't think it really started. You know how most people are like, oh, when I was a kid, I've always wanted to be, you know, I was a singer. They didn't do that. Some of us went to X Factor. No, you didn't go. Wait, what did you say you did? Or did you want to go on X Factor?
What? Yeah, and my mum told me that I shouldn't go and embarrass her. So,
Thank you so much. But yeah, I
love you, Mum.
I didn't have that privilege of like kind of being nurtured from the beginning. Like, okay, cool, this is something I can do. But I think when I got to secondary school, you know, the normal school play that you do. The school end of school year play, not the nativity one, because obviously shout out Christmas and Jesus. But
oh my God.
We did like proper plays, and we did Grease. Have you watched Grease?
Yeah.
Are you
go Grease like
That's not even the best song.
She was good, you know what I mean.
Ooh.
Summer sun,
Hey.
has become.
Oh, what on the summer's
Oh, weather. Ooh.
Tell me more.
Okay,
Tell me
thank
more.
you.
Anyway, yeah. So we, I auditioned for Grease. I didn't know what it was at the time, and I loved it. Like I remember that. I think that was the first time I was ever like on stage, and I thought, whoa. These are so fun. These are nice. Maybe I can do, but do you know what it is? I never thought I could do this forever. I just thought like, you know, normal school stuff, and then you do, you know, you have fun. And because I was actually in academia,
Okay.
shout out me. I love maths, still do, even though maths hates me. I feel like I was more pushed in my academics kind of thing. And then I went through turbulent times. We'll talk about that another time, obviously. And then I basically, cut a long story short, decided that, you know what? Acting is what I want to do. And obviously, if you come from a household like mine, or from a background like mine, you know that...
She's Ivorian, just to let you guys
Don't do that. That's not funny. That's not... I'm Nigerian first.
Okay.
I think...
Sorry, Lizzie, where's your dad from?
That's not what this episode is about. My dad is from heaven. He's not dead, though, please. He's from... He's alive and well. Thank you. But yeah, I think it was very tough navigating like, this is what I want to do full time. And then I think one thing I learned quickly is that there's not really that much support in the industry as well. Like, I don't really know a lot of black actors. Obviously now I do know more, but I remember that at that time I didn't know anyone. So obviously, I've been navigating that, acting, and we'll get into that another episode because there's too much to go into. But yeah, so you started off with food.
So no, sorry, just before you go on, how did your parents react to you wanting to act?
Hell, Mom,
an accountant?
I think Mommy's gonna have to come on the pod.
I can't say her name.
Yes, you can. I think Antonia Amelia.
Oh my
I
gosh.
think AY, also known as Antonia Amelia, she's gonna come on the pod.
Yeah.
I think our parents on this pod would be
I
terrifying.
think Femi would be great.
Oh yeah, our siblings would be terrifying, but I think so. When Mummy comes on, she will answer that question.
Okay.
Of how she felt when I told her I'm leaving uni to go and do acting.
Fantastic.
Fantastic stuff. But yeah, so we will get into that more in another episode. Back to you. You're talking about food, and then you transitioned. into what? Lifestyle content?
So in terms of content, I moved into kind of fashion slash lifestyle. I was also doing a bit of beauty, but I realized that I am not that girl. I think I like beauty. I just don't know if creating content, it wasn't really for me. So I kind of stuck to food, stuck to lifestyle slash fashion. But then like I would do restaurants, get invited to restaurants and stuff. But in my actual day job, so for just under 2 years, I've worked for a food brand where I work with influencers a lot, where I work with amazing stakeholders that I love so much, which is why I decided to leave. So I picked up a lot and learned a lot from there. So yeah.
Okay, so when we talk about the fashion or beauty industry versus when you thought you were going to be and versus what it looks like now, has there been a lot of change?
In terms of just the social media scape in general? Good question, Oprah.
Thank you.
I think, has there been a lot of change? I think on the surface, possibly because there are a lot more Black creators, there are a lot more Asian creators. However, if we look at like the disparity in pay between those groups, I don't think there has been any change.
Sorry, we will talk about that, but we won't talk about that because
we don't go there.
We don't want some brand to work with us one day, maybe. So I'm not going to talk.
Yeah, that's why they should. That's why they should work with us,
literally. But I think obviously, getting to know Tom, I've seen behind the scenes of how certain influencers, quote unquote, are paid. And I can't lie, guys, I'm shy. Because there's money to be made. Cash joy alert. There's money to be... Hello, sponsor this video. Sponsor this cast.
This video is sponsored by...
This video... Should we prophesy?
Who is this sponsored by?
This video shall be sponsored by...
Tinubu.
Oh, okay. I'll cut the cap. That will be edited out in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you so much. No, thank you. But no, I definitely think the social media world in general, I think it has changed from lockdown. Let's go from...
Okay, yeah. I think
when you started.
I think so for me in lockdown, everyone was on social media.
My gosh.
Like if it wasn't baby girl,
don't rush. Oh, don't rush. Don't touch. Smile or wine. I can go punch. High no.
What's that one? The one they changed?
Yeah, the Skippy Dosh.
Or the one they now clean the mirror and the...
Oh my gosh. What was that? What was the song?
I don't know. Oh, bird in the house, bird. But you don't know, Meg the Stallion as well.
I don't know that song. So sorry, that's not my type of music.
Oh no, what was Meg the Stallion? I'm a savage. Gushy,
oh my God, sassy, gushy, ravish, hearty, stupid, harish. Oh my gosh, yeah, that was 2020.
Yeah, so everyone was online, and I feel like because we had nothing else to do, it was so easy to put content out every day, and it didn't really matter how great the content was because everyone was doing stuff from home. Like there weren't restaurants to go to. I mean, everyone was doing that Dior thing outside the shops, which was so scary.
Which one?
No shade. The one that people were traveling to central London to take pictures outside the designer shops.
Sorry? People did what?
You didn't see that?
I didn't see that one.
Oh, yeah, I saw it.
They did?
Yeah, like people were going to like... Bond Street and stuff to like take pictures out of the shops like at night and stuff, because obviously we couldn't go.
Oh no.
Yeah, but my dad said I'm not allowed to get on the train.
Thank you, Daddy.
So yeah. So I think I was more hyper visible in those times. Also because food is something that during the lockdown, that was the only thing you could do, cook. So everyone was doing a banana bread or a seafood boil.
Fair. Everyone became chef.
Everyone was a chef.
Yeah, it's true. Everyone. Remember seafood boil,
guys. That seafood boil.
And some of you're rated F. Your food was rated F. Oh, and you're making food. You're making food and you're making your oven that have not been washed for 70 years and you're selling it on Snapchat. That's nasty work.
Snapchat.
You're selling your food
No,
on Snap.
facts.
I remember that.
Facts.
Food, people were making like cake tins, but
Oh my God, school cake.
oh my gosh, the sprinkle. Oh my God, not the sprinkle movemental, please. The cake. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Guys, I just want you to know that sometimes you may want Lizzie to leave because I do, and I yeah,
and vice versa.
You would never
so
want
much.
me to leave.
We do part-time Jamaica. Anyway, yeah, people were making. I think social media. But then also, I think social media itself grew. So like Instagram, Twitter. We didn't have TikTok.
We did. That was Baby Girl, give me some. That was where we were doing those dances.
Oh, sugar, that was TikTok. Okay.
That's where TikTok really emerged.
Okay.
So yeah, like my first video that I ever did on TikTok in one night got like, let's say I slept at 12, woke up at 6. That video had like 20k views.
Yeah.
Because I think that's when TikTok was really pushing people's content.
Yeah.
I really wish I stuck with that. But yeah, I think it in comparison to now, not everybody's online as much.
Yeah.
Brands aren't doing, because you know the whole like George Floyd thing, brands aren't pushing to work with black creators anymore, so there's definitely a big difference. And I think it's a lot harder to grow now, but there's nothing that Jesus cannot do. So.
My stomach. I hope
Watch this
didn't
space.
hear that. Yes, but I think just on the back of that, because I think before we started this pod, I think one of my biggest concerns was the fact that I know many people can relate. Like, you know, when you want to start something, you just think the whole market is saturated. And I genuinely felt that about podcasting, because I think someone told me, or like I'd had the impression to do podcasting years ago. But like you, is when it's booming, you don't feel like, maybe not. Obviously by now, I wish if I jumped there, where would I be today? They would have flown me to Paris. No, what's Tex and Caicos? You know what I mean?
No,
I'll be doing
Cannes. We'll go to Cannes with TikTok.
Cannes. Come on, what to do?
Cannes.
Where's Cannes? Sorry, I'm local. Where's Cannes? What's Cannes? Oh, in France.
No.
Cannes. Isn't it Cannes?
It's Cannes.
Oh, sorry, Cannes.
Classic babe.
But yeah, if I started in those times, you know, where would we be today? And I think there's something to be said about, even though we are in 2024, and social media is booming, it's known for good, it's also known for bad, there's still space and time for whoever wants to come on and join. Like, I think if if somebody decided they wanted to start doing food content today, they could be successful tomorrow, you know? And I think what I'm learning or kind of navigating is the fact that you are your own unique selling point, because I think it's what makes you or what makes your thing stand out from everyone else, because I know this pod is going to stand out from everybody else.
It's already standing out.
It's already stood.
And I think, to be honest, when you watch a lot of podcasts, I think some of the topics can be quite samey, and also I think it's similar types of people. Of course, there are amazing podcasts out there, but I think the difference here, I think the Christian element, not to say that there aren't Christian podcasts, but the fact that
not a vibe.
This girl is mad. I'm not, but this girl's actually mad. And I feel like we bring a different vibe, because even if you guys don't enjoy it, we will.
That's the truth. If you people don't want to listen, that's your personal prerogative. I'm going to watch this and laugh.
Honestly, so yeah.
I do 100% agree that your authentic self is what will sell for you if you obviously market yourself really well. And I think if you personally, this is an attack for Tom, but if you were to take whatever you wanted to do seriously, we'd be a billionaire by now. You know that saying, when your friend decides to make sense and make millions? That's Tom to me. But she's dulling me.
Friend.
Huh? You say what?
The keyword being friend.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Who's your guy?
Okay, thank you so much. But I do think I think there is still space to succeed in whatever field that you're in. And I think the social media aspect, I do think that I'm only realizing now how different it is in terms of color. Oh, here we go. In terms of color, in terms of gender, in terms of location.
Yeah.
You know, because where you're from, I think I saw a TikTok that you made. No, or you reposted or something about the fact that, you know, we live in a world where, like, if it's not aesthetically pleasing, we no longer create content. And I just think it's sad because, like, where everyone started, there was
nothing.
And look, whether you have camera or lighting, you just pick your phone and you record. And, you know, it's so... I can see the pressure for people to feel like, I need to have this, I need to have that. Because even as we're doing this podcast, I know someone might see like, oh my gosh, they've got camera, they've got light, they've got sound, they've got, you know, speakers, all these things. And I think, yes, we are, by the grace of God, privileged to have these equipment. But I know that some people really struggle with that because the expectation of what is necessary to create content is too high now. Yeah.
And I think also, I mean... This is sponsored by the Finchley Studio, by the way, guys. But I think also, even just I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where I do still get reached out to.
Hallelujah.
And
Keep
stuff.
reaching, please.
But for example, like, I feel like, okay, Lizzie has been proactive, but I feel like, for example, if they didn't reach out to me and say, oh my God, we'd love you to come to the studio, that could have been a hindrance. I feel like sometimes you just have to do.
Yes.
And then you see and you're like, oh my God, I have to continue. But it's just the starting. And I also think, even though I am a victim of perfection, it doesn't have to be perfect. Because if you look at some of the people that are doing amazing on TikTok, especially, they're in their mum's room and they're just talking rubbish. But they're getting flown out. There's one guy, I don't know his name. I feel like it's Motorai or something.
So one of us.
Or I'm making that up.
Okay, fair.
But it begins with M.
Okay.
He flew first class to, like, with, what's that airline? Emirates.
Oh,
and he flew his family out.
About.
And that's from talking rubbish on TikTok. Sorry.
Okay,
not rubbish, but, you know, he's not talking about quantum physics or politics. He's just having fun. He's being himself. And I think that's what a lot of people don't want to do because they're scared. Yes. They're trying to be like other people. Yes. But yeah, I think the most important thing is being yourself. And I'm learning that, which is why a podcast is good for me because I can just be free.
Do you know that? There isn't, and I think that's one of the main reasons why I kind of wanted to start because it's like out of all our careers, because there's, you know, in those spaces we have to be a certain way. And I think podcasting is a good way for creatives to be their authentic selves without having to think about am I doing, because I think in my field I sometimes have to think about what I am saying, what I'm not saying, the way I behave, the way I act. Same thing for you when you're at work, you still have to think. And I think podcasting is my thing. If you don't like it, you're gonna what? Get the heck. Get the what?
But you will like it.
But you will love it because we love you.
that was bad.
That was fantastic.
Okay.
But I definitely think that, what was I saying?
Authenticity.
Be creative. There was something you said. I think like we now are in a space where you can make money anyhow and any which way. Obviously, don't do naughty stuff.
No fans.
None of that. I see you guys in Dubai. You better put your clothes back on.
Oh my God.
Stop it.
Guys, she's joking.
Stop that.
Don't get us cancelled on the first
episode,
that. Please, is this girl okay?
Put it on. You know?
But can we talk? Because some of you
though, some of the things you haven't, it's not, I'm like, I understand that life is tough. Hello, I glue. I did glue, no. But I grew up in the slum. Some laugh at me.
You didn't grow up in the slum.
I did.
Sorry.
Nah, I'm bringing my family on this pod. I grew up in the slum.
Okay.
In the ghetto.
Sorry, slum.
All of you think that in the Bronx, I grew up in the real Bronx.
Oh my God.
But no, in all seriousness, I think a lot of people have had it tough. And to be fair, not everyone even does mad things for toughness.
Yeah, of course.
They just do it because it's the easy way to make money. But I do love that the opportunities to make wealth is really there. Yeah. You know, we live in a time where you can make generational wealth at a young age.
Facts.
And that's not to say that have the pressure of like, you know, before I'm 30, I need to have X, Y, Z. Because I know I fell into that trap. I remember, guys, once upon a time, I actually believed that by 25, Mati Rale, which do mean I'm going to have a house. Mo rò pé Mati, I actually never thought I'd be married though at 25. I think, no, I did have the dream of by 23. Ha! What a joke. What a joke.
She hasn't met her Ghanaian man yet. So.
Okay,
any Ghanaian men out there that love Jesus, Lizzie is ready for you.
Okay, so.
What's he saying?
Yeah.
Mapacho.
Davy.
That means no. Why are you telling me no?
Oh, I don't know. Oh.
I don't.
Be free.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay, so now thank you.
So we love you guys. I promise you, Ghana.
I love you guys. If anyone wants to sponsor me jollof rice, I'm not complaining.
Tommy and Ghanaian jollof.
rice.
Like, this is also not a pod where we'll ever do wars of
Because
Nigeria
Ghanaian won
versus
anyway.
Nigeria, because we have winners already. Before we've even started, some people are going to say Ghana jollof. But yeah, I feel like we will have food content. I think there'll be days where we're going to try food, all that good stuff. But what I was going to say...
You try food.
Wait, so long as it's rice. Rice and egg.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do feel like the pressure to have, be successful very young, that's also quite sad in the sense that people feel as though they need to achieve major goals by such a young age, which is not impossible. I do believe that if you have your goals, work towards them. But I think people are also being crippled by the fact that if by a certain age I've not accomplished X, Y, Z, then what do I have to show for ourselves? And do you know what's so funny? I was saying to my friend the other day, we've lived through so much stuff that I feel like it's impossible to feel like you must do certain things by yourself. Because we live through Ebola. We live through swine flu. We live through COVID. We live through God rest Queen. We live through Charlie. No,
Charlie's
still alive.
here.
Lord Jesus, we remain alive. We live through Prince Phil's. He do cut it. R.I.P. Prince Phil.
Meghan Markle.
We live through Meghan and Harry Statner.
Oh.
Harry going to America.
Yeah.
I feel like we've lived through so much that the identity issues, the successful, all these things, I think it really has crippled us because we feel like there's so much going on in the world. It's like, so what am I doing in the world?
Yes.
And I think, like I said, even though there's such a great space to make money, to do a lot of things, I think a lot of people are struggling with who they are, with what they were created to do, what they want to do, what they can do.
That's so nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We did try.
I like that.
We do.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of confusion is coming from, because I know millennials are saying one thing, Gen Zs are saying another thing, and I think there's so much going on.
Yeah.
And I feel like people, where do you find your place? Yeah. Where do you find your place? And where do you live authentically in the things that you want to do? Because it's true, even though we can say, you know what, if you want to do that, do it. It's easier said than done. Facts. But the reality is like, how do we do it? How do we do it? Because, hello, the days of lawyer, the days of doctor, it's not going to happen, man.
No,
unless,
it's true.
And it's like, how do you navigate that in a home or in a area, in a space where it's not always, glamorized or whatever? Because I think even creatives as well, we've over glamorized that too. It's not easy to be a creative, because I think we also do the whole 9 to 5. We look, we shun them a lot, and then we're like, creative content, I want to do all of that. It's not, you will not eat.
Honestly, sometimes I know that people get their training contracts and their ACCAs and all of those things. But sometimes I genuinely think that being a content creator or being a creative in general is a lot more difficult. I feel like you face a lot more setbacks, and also it's your craft. So if people don't like it, it almost feels like they hate you. Yeah. Whereas if I'm a lawyer and I get something wrong, okay, I'm still going to sleep at night.
And I'm still getting my
But I'm still on 100K.
Do you know
Some
that?
of us are here.
Ha! Wow. Shall we go back to school?
Honestly, so I was actually thinking the other day, like, do I go back and just
Would you?
work at Clifford Chance?
Clifford, you can sponsor us too.
Yeah, you can. They should be our lawyers. We should get some lawyers.
Oh yeah, that's going to be our lawyer. Yeah.
No, would I? With the route that I think God is taking me down, no.
Okay.
However, it is something I have considered before. I think when I went to uni, I was lost. I mean, we'll get into that one day. But I went to uni for Bants. I went to do nonsense that I didn't care about. I went to a uni that I shouldn't have gone to. So that period of my life, and I think also when I was younger, I wasn't very forward thinking. So it was very much like, oh, I just want to go to uni.
Yeah.
To go to uni. I could have studied plants, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted to go.
Yeah.
Whereas when I look back, I wish I actually did something that I actually found interesting. Yeah. So for example, I found law interesting, and that's something I actually wanted to do, but I let my mum kind of just took me out of it because it was never really something that I'd said or spoken about. And she was kind of just like, where did this come from? But I wish I did that, or something like marketing, which is where I ended up anyway. So yeah, but I have considered doing a master's though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know what that would be in though.
Oh, I think education is a tough one because I feel like education is necessary. I feel like I'm never going to say,
of course,
go into school, drop out, you're a joker. I'm never going to say that because I think there is so much knowledge that is vital in the world that you need to know. For example, we talk about it all the time. Ain't no one taught us about the process of buying a home, saving. No one, I don't think there was anything actually available growing up. And I think, obviously, yes, I do wish schools, I guess, maybe spoke about it more, but I know that it's through education that I would even have the capacity to even understand how a home works, how a mortgage works, how all of that good stuff works. So I do think there's definitely a place for education. However, I do feel like I really struggle with people making me feel as though, not intentionally, people really make it known that when you don't have a degree or when you don't have certain qualifications, you genuinely don't belong in the room. You don't belong in these conversations. And I'm like, that's not fair. Because I'm like, yes, I don't have a master's. Yes, I don't have a degree. It doesn't mean that I don't read, or it doesn't mean I'm not learned.
Of course.
And I think I'm also kind of like figuring out how to really be in those kind of conversations, because we have loyal friends, we have corporate friends, we have people that are all come from all facets of life, and I just feel like they're looked at to be wiser. They're looked to be sought first before you even think about me, the creative, and I think that's where I feel like, because obviously as much as I would say to,
Guys, I think she's gonna cry.
Okay, you need to be for real, or we should play the sad music.
Cue the violin.
Cue the violin. But I think there's something to be said, because obviously I want, by the grace of God, definitely want to have children one day. And I don't want it to be a thing where, even though if they say to me, obviously your grandma's going to shout at me. She's going to shout, you want to do what? Generational cost, we break it. We break it. You will go to uni. But if my child decides that they don't want to go to uni, because obviously with reasons, not just because they want to sit at home, I'm thinking though, in their future though, I don't know like how that will affect them, because I'm thinking, yes, this, whatever you want to do, great, let's do it. But I know that they're going to see the challenges that I saw in terms of when they don't have those kind of qualifications, those kind of people look at them differently or treat them differently. And that does concern me. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like I value education. I really do. And I think learning should never, ever stop. I think whether you go to uni or not, you should still be learning. And obviously it'll be great to be learning in your craft or whatever it is that you're doing. But I think when it comes to like, PhDs, like I just completely turn off, because I'm like, that's not even... PH white? D forward.
Maybe I was wrong with
D for dog.
Oh.
I'll be H for horse. Because honestly... Kilo, what's my business? Like, honestly, and I think sometimes I feel really bad, because I'm just like, you lot want to do a PhD? Not that everyone wants to. I know, I'm not mad. I'm not saying the whole world wants to do a PhD. But it's like, when I really sit down with certain people and they're like, onto my next degree. I know we know someone that has 4 degrees, and it's like, that's not bad at all. You degree, become a degree. If you like... I would call you doctor though.
Tattoo it.
Yeah, I'm respectful. I'm going to call you doctor by your name. God. But I feel like that's never been me, is basically my point. I've never been someone that was like, after this, I want to do, even when I did go to uni, I never thought, I'm going to do my master's, I'm going to do my PhD. Because I don't want to say I'm not in academia, because that's what we do. We say, if you're not this, you're... No.
Yeah, you kind of just like split it up into 2. Yeah.
It's like, no, because I still love don't love reading, but I love, like I said, I love maths. Like I love when I see numbers, when I see physics, it makes me a bit sick. But when I see biology, chemistry, I'm genuinely excited. And I'm like, I don't know if the two, I used to think the two can't coexist, but they really can. I feel like, I know there was a show that I was watching and the person is a physicist or something, but they chose acting. No, Big Bang Theory, love the Big Bang. I know they're gonna say Kristen and Big Bang was your own, but watch it first. I really, appreciate the Big Bang show. And one of them, she wasn't an actor. Jenny was a physicist.
Oh, really?
And auditioned.
Is that the one with the glasses?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Do you know? But she did so well.
Crazy.
Like, she's so good at acting. And she's so, educated.
Yeah.
I guess sometimes the mindset is actors or whoever, they're not smart.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We are respectfully.
They have brains.
We have brains. But I think the notion is like, oh, you do that. And because I've literally introduced myself to certain people and said, oh, this is what I do. And I've seen their face go, oh.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely. I think, do you know what it is? I think everyone's graced for different things. Yeah. And I think you can be the most intelligent person in the world, but God might say that you need to be, I don't know, like a painter. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't mean you're stupid, but I think, especially the background that we come from, I think, creative equals not smart, because that's like the road you take when you can't go down the academic route. Mm-hmm. And I think it's so interesting. Obviously, I mean, I do have a degree for fun, but I think I guess that even in our church, sometimes I feel like I'm in conversations, and the fact that I don't have a master's, I might as well not have a degree.
Yeah. Like, exactly. Or when you say what your master, when you even say what your degree is like, in.
What's that? Why did you do that?
Why you? Go back to school.
Literally. So sometimes I really get the sentiment of, feeling like you don't belong because you haven't acquired certain qualifications and things like that. And I think it also puts pressure because I started a course recently.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. How's that going? How's that going, love? Let's talk about it. Well, you don't need to talk about it in depth, but how's that going? It's going.
It's going. Mm-hmm. I feel like I haven't studied in so long. Mm-hmm. And I think for me, I love learning, but I'm not someone that likes sitting down and reading a textbook. That's not how I enjoy learning. Mm-hmm. And I think this is what that course is. So I'm really struggling with it.
Okay.
And it's so funny because the other day I said it to someone. Yeah. I'll tell you after.
Okay.
I said what I'm studying and they were like, is that it? So they were like, oh,
what?
Yeah. Oh, big girl like you. You can do that. That's a small thing. I thought you were gonna say something else, like ACCA or something. Oh. And that's what I mean. Like, you're made to feel stupid for following your passions. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be an accountant. I just want an accountant. Yeah. You can work for me.
Thank you.
Okay.
And that's what it's gonna be. Like the people that will say, "Oh, that's like when I'm signing your check, rubbish. I'm signing your thing." Nonsense.
Like, I don't want to do that. I don't have an interest. If you have your accountant, you lose your money. So like,
that's just not what I've been graced to do. And that's okay.
Whereas I'm graced to be fabulous and Jamaican. And cook Jamaican as well. That one I can actually do.
Yeah, she can. No, I that's shocking to hear. Mm-hmm. But then I guess that's what I'm saying. Like the reality of if you've not taken certain routes in life, I guess people don't take you seriously or just or believe in what you're doing. And I think that's the same thing with like things like project management that came out of nowhere, and I'm seeing that more than ever now. Everyone's a project manager. Not that is, please, if you're a project manager,
I mean they're getting bread.
They're getting the cash.
Yeah,
you don't want to give me some cash, I'm not going to say no.
Okay, thank you.
But I think there are more, I guess, creative corporate work now.
Yes.
So there's a better bridge between like you're not just sitting there on a computer doing blah blah blah. You're bringing creativity with obviously all the men in tech and the girls in tech. Because I'm seeing
Ghanaian,
gorgeous.
Reach out to her.
Ghanaians, leave me alone. I love you guys. Please, Lagos for life, Niger for life, Lagos boys, Yoruba boys. I'm joking. We'll talk about that because let's not act like dating a Yoruba man is going to be easy. But I'm not going to talk about that today. Thank you. What I was saying is that yes, we're bridging the gap between corporate and creative, and I can appreciate that also. Yeah. For the time that we're living in, and And I think but then obviously it requires more non-traditional degrees because like you said, people are having to either study then realize that, oh, you need something else, because that's another thing we don't talk about. Your degree ain't enough. Whoops. Your degree ain't enough these days. Oops. So let's stop. Oh, I got a degree in, yes, where's your flesh class? What does it do for you now? Nada. So joking.
No, but she's not joking.
I'm not. But like, it's, you know, you can't just use your degrees anymore. A lot of things are now, they're looking for experience 9 times out of 10.
10 years experience when you just left uni, but it's okay though.
We don't talk about it. I think my first, what am I saying? My first, I don't belong. I don't have, please, my first job was not that. What was my first job? What was your first job?
In life?
Yeah.
Oh, my first job in life, right? I think basically I really needed a job, so I applied for Miss Selfridge in Romford.
Oh, okay.
But then I told them I was going back to school, so they sacked me on that day. I got paid like £50 or something.
My first, oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, because they said, oh, if we don't want people that are going back to school.
Yeah, of course, because you're not.
But I didn't know that I wasn't meant to tell them that.
Yeah, you weren't. But obviously, don't be a liar. That's not a child of God behavior.
Yeah.
Oh my God, do you know what my first job was?
What?
I'm so shy. Do you remember Eat?
Who?
Eat.
The food place?
Yeah. Is it still a thing?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Well.
What, is it a restaurant?
Yeah, like I don't know what they sell. That's how I was not prepared for this job.
Is it like sandwiches or something?
I don't have a clue, Tom.
No, fair enough.
I remember walking on the road, by the way, walking in. This is when I used to, before I knew I was going to be an actor, I used to live in Actorland.
Thank you.
You know when you walk into places and you think they're going to give you jobs?
Okay.
I did that. Walked in to eat, saw that they were training people. Don't ask me. Obviously, Eat You a great franchise, but back then, I don't know what you guys were doing, but I basically somehow got in, and I got into the interview stage, don't know how. They were, and this is someone, I was 16 at the time.
Right.
So I don't think I had a clue about what I was doing.
Okay,
I didn't have a clue trust me, kitchen, that's not me. Don't put me in your kitchen. So obviously I'm seeing them lot cook. I'm 16. Am I cooking? I don't even cook at home.
Sorry, so what did you think you were going to do in
That's what I said. I didn't know, clearly. Okay. So then we were training. Obviously, you're supposed to be paid for the training, but novice didn't know that. So we did the training for like a week. I realised I can't do this job.
Okay, thank you.
I can't do this job. Then I got the job. Then I thought, oh, this is great. I got the job, Tom.
How much are they paying you?
That's not the point. It was... Oh, this is I want to say it can't have been more than £8 an hour. I know then. Yeah. It couldn't have been more than £8. So obviously I'm upset that I don't want to work here, but I got the job. I've gone home. I've waited for my contract to start.
Oh my God.
So obviously I didn't receive nothing in my inbox. Said fair enough. Called them back up. Oh, I'm waiting for my start date. This line is no longer available.
Sorry?
Right?
Sorry?
This line is no longer available.
Sorry?
I said, what? I've now gone back to email. The recipient of this email is no longer...
Stop. So what happened?
What happened? So I've gone back into the shop because I've said, hello. Sorry, we don't...
They don't what?
We don't recognise.
No. Wait.
It was enough. Obviously, it was a new... The trainee, whoever trained me, and the staff...
You need to get out.
Wasn't the same person. So I've gone back to the shop and said, oh, they said da-da-da. Oh, so we don't have any record of any Elizabeth on file. No.
So you didn't work a day then?
So I didn't. That was it. And then I didn't get paid for the training.
No, stop.
With what account? It's signed contract. We haven't signed the contract. Oh it's from God. Then I should have known.
Do you know what that reminds me of?
This life hates me.
Oh. When I had a friend in college, so I worked in waitress throughout college, but just before I got that, there was a job.
It's the fact that she's laughing.
They were selling. They basically it was like weave and stuff.
Oh, okay.
This is when like weave really became. I mean, like leave out and stuff was a big thing. So it was like virgin hair. I can't even remember what the name of the company was. Basically, they invited us all the way to central London.
Yeah.
We had to do like interviews. They had girls sitting around, like we had to wait around for the interview, and then we went in individually, and they'd essentially, like, I thought, yeah, I've smashed that interview on the floor on that day. They give you the job, so like that's already confusing because you didn't even take 5 minutes to think about it. Anyway, so you've got the job now, and then we leave, and then we get an email basically saying like, oh, you have to pay £500 to start.
You said what?
Yeah.
You, the employee,
to start the job, because you have to purchase the hair or something like that. It just reminded, what was those pyramid schemes they used to do?
Oh yeah, so when you invest, you basically make your money back, but you basically pay to be here.
It was a scam. And yeah, I mean, I was ready. No, I think it was £250, and I was literally like gonna borrow the money from my mum. Mum said, "Is everything okay?"
Is everything okay? £250, like to shake it, to do what?
To pay for the hair to get the job. That's when I was desperate.
Nah, there ain't no way. There ain't
£250.
So wait, what would you be doing? Like,
I don't even remember. I don't. When I look back, I think me and my friend, we looked and we were like, this doesn't even make any sense. Like, it was like, always a scam. And I think they got young, impressionable girls. I think we were like,
where are the people from? Okay, thank you.
They were your people, actually. Probably, to be fair.
They were my people.
Probably.
Oh no.
Maybe Nigerian, but obviously I can't relate.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I've worked some interesting. Oh my god, I did nights in Asda as well.
I did cleaning.
No, that's not funny. Lizzie,
I did nights.
How did you get
cleaning?
there?
Why? And the thing is, there's no. By the way,
nothing
don't
wrong
worry.
with
There
cleaning.
was nothing wrong with I wasn't in.
She actually really enjoyed it. To be fair, so
that's the thing. I enjoyed going around to clean, and
it's just
obviously I know this is
that?
Like I said, we weren't breaking generational curses. Clearly,
no, this girl's mad. This girl's
but
mad.
how did I get into? I think I needed a quick like a quick job. So I already had a job. I think I needed more money or something like that. And I thought, okay, cool. I don't really love cleaning per se, but I enjoy it to the point that if I'm going to get paid for it, why not?
Yeah.
So I was doing it. My mum obviously did not take me seriously. Said, where are you going to do what? I don't think she believes. I still don't think she believes me, you know. I don't think she does.
So where did she think you were going?
It's until like they gave me uniform. So one of the jobs now actually gave me a bag. She said, and the thing is, it's so true. You were born in the UK. What the heck are you doing? And it's so
and you don't have 5 kids.
And you don't have children. You're not married. What are you doing? But I like quick cash, and I'm not going to do some naughty stuff for it.
I've been a nasty girl.
That's not what this pod is. This is, I've been a Jesus girl. I'm still a Jesus girl.
Abba's baby.
I'm my Baba baby. That's not even, anyway. This is what. But yeah, I think doing that was very humbling though. Working nights. I can imagine. But it was fun. I can't lie. Like I know that's not the traditional story because cleaning. But for me, I enjoyed it. My clients were nice.
Did you meet people?
Yeah, I met some. That's when I said, do you know what it is? And that's what it did. It opened my eyes to know that, Lizzie, you're going to have to work hard in this life. Because people are living good.
Good.
People are living. I remember I cleaned a 7-bedroom home.
Oh wow! Have you ever seen a 7-bedroom home?
Have you ever seen? Shorty, have you used your naked eye?
Have you seen it?
Have you seen a 7-bedroom home?
Wow.
3 floors.
And do you know what? I feel like sometimes God puts you in those places to see what is possible.
Thank you. And because that's the thing, I hustled hard. Like, I am not a lazy person. Don't get twisted. I want to sleep.
Kid.
Hey, I mean, if you see me, don't holler at me.
Holla at your girl.
Excuse me. That's not the music we're supposed to be promoting, for God's sake.
So sorry. Jesus, yeah.
Hey, you have done it again.
You have done it again.
In my 7-bedroom home.
Jesus, yeah. You do this one,
hey. No. Anyway, we'll do that. We'll do it. There's an episode.
We're going to invite Mercy.
But yeah, no, honestly, cleaning that 7-bedroom home made me realize that, one, it's possible, because it's true. I'd never seen a 7-bedroom home before. Like, people own this. Why can't I own it one day? And even to also, I promise you, generational wealth, I've never been so motivated in my life, because it was their kids at home at the time. And I just thought, look at the way you don't have manners. You're so mannerless, but in the sense that they don't even know struggle.
Yeah.
Not to say that I don't. My children will know how to work hard, but there's such a an innocence when you don't know hardship. You because you've been raised in such a great environment. That's the standard, and I want that for my child to know, like, this is the standard of what it takes to live like this. And so that was very humbling to know, like, wow, me too. Somebody will come and clean my own 7-bedroom house, and I'm gonna tip you. Don't worry, because we do remember where we are from.
£1,000 tips. If you want to clean for Lizzie,
quickly come and clean my house. My for anyone 1K. 1K, that's quick in whatever dollars.
And it's not naira. Don't worry.
Don't worry. And if it's naira, I give you million. Because you know the currencies. We're praying for the currency over there right now. But yeah, keep Nigeria in your prayer.
Amen.
But yeah, I do think the jobs that we've had, I definitely feel like they've really taught us the labor of work. Because we are not, and I love that, because, you know, they love to, anyone that's African, Caribbean, or to be fair, anyone that's not first generation necessarily born here, like, or like born here in general, they don't think we work hard.
Yes.
That concept of when you're born in London,
everything's
regardless,
easy.
You've got everything at your feet. But it's like, but we also have to work for everything that we have.
Period.
And so I feel like I'm around a lot of people who really make it seem like, you people, you don't work hard, you don't know what it is to struggle. I do, my sister. You
have it, a microwave generation.
You know that. You guys are the ones that know, because some of us, not all of us talk about it. That's the only difference. Yeah. A lot of us don't say we worked in Asda while we were doing content creating. A lot of us won't say we were working in Tesco while we did that big show or big whatever. You didn't know, like, the money wasn't coming in after, so I had to quickly go and do a quick job. And that's not to discredit anyone that works in Asda, works in Tesco. Hustle is hustle, in my opinion.
You have to hustle.
So, but I think, a lot of people really don't see, because we don't, obviously now we do a little bit on TikTok. Have you seen that lady on TikTok that works in Tesco or something? And she's like, I'm Beyonce.
Huh?
She's the greatest.
Jill,
Beyonce,
no.
Beyonce's I don't know her name.
Oh, you're jealous of me.
Yeah, Beyonce, leave me alone.
I've just caused some traffic. Sorry, Jill. So if your husband comes home late today, it's because of me. I shouldn't have worn this dress. I love her. What's her name?
So I love that I can't remember her name, but she works in like a retail, retail.
Oh, okay.
And I love that. Obviously now she's able to use that, but I know even to some people you're still looking down on her, but she's probably richer than you. She
is amazing, and she is an example of just being yourself on social media.
That's it.
She don't have no lights. She's got her phone. She's walking on the road. Yeah, and she's mad, and I love it because that's my type of humor.
Because she's literally saying, "Oh my gosh, this car's just stopped." Like, Beyonce, just stop it. I don't want to be in your video. And I'm like, is that an hour? Oh, okay, cool.
So 4 minutes.
I'm like, sis, like, she's authentically herself in wherever she is in her life. So at the point that she's still working in,
that,
and that's tough.
Because I was having this conversation with a friend the other day, and I concluded that I felt like I was trying to make aspirational content, but that's not where I'm not Melissa's wardrobe yet. Okay?
That's good.
I do have a wardrobe.
That's good.
Just not Melissa's yet.
That's good.
And I think the most important thing about content is making content for where you are right now. And if where you are right now is you live in a council estate, for example, that is your truth. Live that. Let's see that. What's that Truly? I don't know. You probably haven't seen Truly. She lives on a council estate. Well, not anymore because she does TikTok, but that was her brand. And it was amazing. And everyone loved her because there's always going to be, and in fact, I think there's more people who can relate to a council estate than someone that can relate to an Hermes bag, for example.
By the way, because me, I don't have Hermes.
I do. I've got 4.
Okay.
And
in transit.
My husband's going to buy me another one.
In transit. Okay.
Amen. But just a bit delayed. But yeah, I think that's one thing that I've realized, that I need to live my truth now.
In where you are now.
And I think that's why my food content did so well, because it was authentic to who I was and what I was doing then, rather than now. I mean, yes, I do love a nice restaurant, which that is my truth also. But do I have 100k salary? No.
Not yet.
No, I'm going to exceed that.
That's it.
I'm not even going to touch 100k. I'm not even going to touch 100k.
What you're going to skip?
105.
1.5 mil.
Amen.
1.5 mil.
Amen.
All you faith of
There's
little
nothing
things.
that God cannot do.
That's not the
What
same.
God can't do does not exist.
But no, and I think that is what I want this pod to even be like, is the fact that we are real in the real time that we're in.
Yes.
So because I think that's what people will relate to.
Facts.
That's what people will to want to see and obviously, you know, buttress and copy, because it's the fact that you are living your authentic. I want to do that too. And I think obviously as believers as well, that's what Jesus did. It was like, I didn't have a home. Jesus didn't have a home. Do you know what I mean? And he was, come and meet me outside.
Born in a manger.
He didn't go and do,
He was born in a manger.
do you know what I mean? He was born in a pummy manger. Them places
There
smell.
was donkeys.
They're nasty work.
Yeah.
And that's why when he came in on a what? On a donkey, because he kept it real. He could have come in on a horse.
Behold,
Jesus was humble.
He was
like,
very
he came
humbled.
in on a donkey.
Yeah.
For goodness sake. Or to the fact that he would preach outside. He could have,
Yeah.
found a synagogue.
Yeah.
But I don't have that. I don't have a building. So I'm going to preach where I can, which is
Wow.
outside. So I think
that's very profound.
oh my gosh, my word, so profound. But I think there's just something authentic when you're just living in the reality of where you are at, you know, to the point that like there were nights Jesus didn't have anywhere to sleep. That's the reality of where he was at that time. So it's like, also I think with us as well, it's like where we are right now. Like I live in a council estate. I'll never be shy to say that, but it's like that's where I'm at right now. It won't be where I will be forever.
Amen.
But that's where I am right now, and that's the content that I can, or be who I am right now. Do you know what I mean? I could be renting studios, not to say that people that don't do that and shoot content and do all of that good stuff there, but that wouldn't be authentic, and I couldn't maintain that, because summer is to go back to rice and beans. Is it for beans? Is it for Gary? Is it for dude? Sorry, if you know, you know.
No, facts. We've got 3 minutes there.
Okay, so
oh no, we have no minutes. It's 10:02.
Okay, cool. Okay. So that wraps up.
Can we talk?
Episode
Uno. How do you say one?
Eyokon.
Meta.
That's 3.
Meji.
That's 2. But this is episode 1. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for supporting. We hope to see you in our next one. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on all the digital platforms that we'll be on, and support us through this journey till we come your way again next time. I've been Lizzie,
and I've been Tommy, the beautifulest girl that you will ever meet. Amen. Most beautiful.
This is us signing out. Peace.